Welcome to the third video under shear strength of PSE beam. In the last two videos, we have seen the estimation for principal tensile stresses as well as the ultimate shear resistance of PSE members. So in this video, we'll see the shear reinforcement of PSE sections. Now, as per IS 1343/1980 recommendations, if V is the shear force at a section due to transverse loads, and Vc is the ultimate shear resistance of a concrete in a section due to web shear cracks, that is Vc is Vcw, or flexural or due to flexural shear cracks Vc is Vcf. So that means Vc is the ultimate shear resistance either due to web shear cracks or flexural shear cracks, that is Vc is Vcw or Vcf. Case 1, if suppose V is less than Vc, so that means the shear force is less than the ultimate shear resistance of concrete, and but V is greater than 0.5 Vc. So in that case, as per IS 1343, we should provide nominal shear reinforcement in the form of stirrups such that ASV by B into SV is equal to 0.4 divided by 0.87 Fy, where ASV is the cross section area of stirrups, SV is the spacing of stirrups, B is the width of the section, and Fy is the tensile strength of stirrups. Now these stirrups are the HYSD steel bars, not the HTS bars. So normal HYSD bars are used. Under case 2, if suppose V is less than, of course V is less than Vc only, but V is less than 0.5 times Vc. So that means the shear force is less than 50% of shear resistance. So then no shear reinforcement is required. Case 3, V is greater than Vc. So if V is greater than Vc, then you have to provide shear reinforcement. That means if the shear force is greater than the shear strength of concrete, then we have to provide the shear reinforcement in the form of stirrups such that ASV by SV is equal to V minus Vc divided by 0.87 Fy into dt. So that means the remaining V minus Vc, the remaining extra shear force has to be resisted by the stirrups. And the spacing of the stirrups should not be greater than 0.75 dt, or it should not be greater than 4 times the width of the section BW, 4 times BW, where dt is depth of the extreme compressive fiber either to the longitudinal bars or to the centroid of the tendons, whichever is greater. Case 4, of course this is also V greater than Vc, but V is greater than 1.8 times Vc. That means the shear force is much more greater than 1.8 times that of the shear resistance of a concrete. So the shear force is very high here. So in continuation of case 3, that is V greater than Vc, so the maximum spacing is reduced to 0.5 times dt. So in this case, so that means what we have to do is we have to calculate the shear resistance and compare with the shear force if it is less than Vc or greater than Vc. Now let us take a few problems under this. So let us see a problem number 1. So here the section size is mentioned. The ultimate shear force is mentioned as 60 kilonewton. The compressive pre-stress is mentioned as 5 kilonewton per square millimeter. FCK value is there. Cover to the concrete is mentioned. If the characteristic tensile strength of the steel 415, Fy is 415. So you have to design the shear reinforcement. Now here in this case again it is the shear force is the web shear failure, because the moment is not mentioned here. So let us solve this problem. First we'll draw the section. The size of the section is 100 mm by 250 mm. The clear cover is mentioned. The cover to the concrete is mentioned. The cover to the tension reinforcement is mentioned. Let us take that as an effective cover only. So this is 50, and this is the effective depth D. So therefore the effective depth D is 250, total 250 minus the cover 50. So effective depth is 200 mm. This we have to design the section for total shear of V is equal to 60 kilonewton. Now let us calculate the tensile strength of concrete Ft, which is 0.24 times root of FCK. So which is 0.24 root of FCK 40. So Ft is 1.517 Newton per mm square. So first of all, we should calculate the ultimate shear resistance first. The same thing which we have done it in the previous video under this section, under the shear strength of PSC beam. So let us calculate the VCW here. So for that, VCP, compressive force, compressive pre-stressing force, which is given as 5 Newton per mm square. If it is not mentioned, you can calculate by formula FCP is equal to P by A minus A plus P by Z. Now VCW is, if you could recall the equation, it is 0.67 B into H, or D, capital D. We'll take it as D instead of H, we'll take it as capital D, root of Ft square plus 0.8 FCP into Ft. So substituting, it is 0.67 into width of the section is 100 into 250 the overall depth into root of Ft square 1.517 plus 0.8 FCP 5 into Ft 1.517. So if we calculate this, so we'll get the value as VCW is equal to 48.4 into 10 to the power of 3 newtons we'll get, which is 48.4 kilonewton. Now this is the shear strength of PSC section. Now we'll compare this shear strength of this PSC section with the shear force. So the shear force mentioned is V is 60 kilonewton. So now if we compare these two, so V is, which is 60 kilonewton, greater than the VCW. V is greater than VCW, which is VC. VC is VCW here. So V is greater than VCW. So if V is greater than VCW, so what you have to do is, it is case number 3. So what you have to do is, we have to provide the shear reinforcement. And of course, V is greater than VC, but V is not greater than 1.8 times VC. So it is case number 3 only still. So let us assume 2-legged 8 mm diameter stirrups. So normal HYSD bars are used. So assume 2-legged 8 mm diameter stirrups. Calculate the spacings. As per case number 3, it is ASV by SV is equal to, so V minus VC, the remaining value of extra addition value of shear force has to be resisted by the stirrups. So divided by 0.87 Fy into dt. So the dt is depth of extreme compressive fiber either to the longitudinal bars or to the center of the tendon, whichever is greater. So either to the longitudinal bars means up till here. So which is nothing but dt is equal to d only. So dt is d, which is 200 mm. So substituting, you will get it as first case ASV, area of bar, which is we have assumed it as 2 lect 8 mm bars. So 2 lect is 2 into pi by 4 into d square. That divided by ASV divided by SV is equals to V is 60. So how much we should calculate? We should resist extra of 60 minus of 48.4. 60 minus 48.4 has to be resisted by the stirrups. So that divided by 0.87 Fy 415 into D 200. Fy into dt, that is 200. So if you calculate this cross multiplying, so calculating the spacing, it is, we will get it as 620 mm. That's the first case. And secondly, the spacing should not be greater than 0.75 times dt. So 0.75 into 200, which is 150 mm. And thirdly, it should not be greater than 4 times BW. So 4 times BW is 4 into width of the section 100, which is 400. It should not be greater than 400. So provide 2-legged 8 mm stirrups at spacing least of the above. The spacing, so least of this above, one is 620, another is 150, another is 400. So the least is 150 mm. So provide 2-legged 8 mm diameter stirrups at spacing 150 mm. So this is the shear design. And let us take another problem. So in this, the support section of a PSC beam size is given. The load is mentioned here, 8 kilonewton per meter, which is including the self weight. If not, self weight has to be added. The span of the section is 10 meter. The pre-stressing force is mentioned. FCK, Fy values are given. The cable is parabolic, so with eccentricity of 75 at center and 0 at support. So it is parabolic. So in the previous problem, the equation was they have not mentioned whether it was a straight cable or a parabolic cable. So we took it as a straight cable, and the equation was 0.7 b into d root of the ft square plus 8.8 fcp ft. The additional plus Vp will not come in that. Now here it is parabolic cable. Now addition, you have to take Vp as P sin theta. So let us solve this. So here eccentricity is mentioned as, so we have to calculate suitable reinforcement at support section. So at support section you have to calculate. Now the eccentricity is 75 mm. So the effective depth is 250 by 2 plus this 75. This is 75 mm. This is d by 2. So d by 2 plus e. This is d by 2 plus e is here small d. So d is we'll get it as d equals to so d is 200 mm. calculate tensile strength of concrete. Ft is equal to 0.24 root of FCK. So it is 0.24 into 40. So Ft is 1.517. FCP is not mentioned, the compressive pre-stress. So FCP is P by A minus or plus P by Z. Now this E is 0 at support. We are designing it at the support section. So therefore, so FCP is directly P by A. So P is pre-stressing force is 100 kilonewton, 100 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by cross section, area of cross section 100 by 250. So FCP value is 4 Newton per mm square. Now this is parabolic cable. Now first we'll calculate shear force. Shear force is not mentioned here. Shear force V is, now it is UDL. So therefore the shear force at the support section V is WL by 2. So WL by 2. So it is including self weight. If not, you have to add self weight for that. 8 into section span is 10 divided by 2. So shear force is 40 kilonewton. Depending upon the loading, you have to calculate the shear force. Now as this is parabolic cable, now you have to calculate the additional PVP value, which is P sin theta. Additional shear which is registered by the cable, because it is parabolic cable. So P sin theta, so theta is 4E by L. 4 into eccentricity is 75 mm divided by L, 10 into 10 to the power of 3. So it is theta is 0.03 radians. Therefore VP is P sin theta, which is 100 into 0.03, which is, this is for parabolic cable. So which we have not done in the, for the last problem. So VP is 3 kilonewton. Or directly you can take it in the formula as we have taken in the second video. So the formula is VCW, again it is web shear failure, moment is not mentioned, so it is web shear failure, which is 0.67 B into D, root value Ft square plus 0.8 FCP Ft plus that VP value, you can put it here. So VCW is 0.67 into 100 into D is 250 into root value 1.517 square plus 0.8 into FCP 4. FCP is 4 Newton per mm square, 4 into Ft 1.517 plus VP value 3 kilonewton. So it is 3 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton. If we calculate, we will get VC is equal to VCW equals to 47.8 kilonewton. Now we'll compare this with V value, which is 40 kilonewton. So V is less than VC or VCW. So V is less than VC. So it is the first case where you have to provide nominal shear reinforcement. And of course it is greater than 0.5 VC. V is greater than 0.5 times VC. It is not the second case, it is first case only. So V is less than VC, and also which is V greater than 0.5 VC. So that means the shear force is greater than 50% of this value. So therefore, for case 1 it is provide nominal shear. Provide nominal shear reinforcement. So again assume 2 leg 8 mm. Diameter stirrups at spacing least of first one, case 1 equation ASV by BSV is equal to 0.4 divided by 0.87 Fy. So it is 2 into 2 lakh 8 mm bars. 8 mm area is 50.26 pi by 4 into d square value, that divided by 100 into SV is equal to 0.4 divided by 0.87 Fy. So if you calculate, cross multiply and calculate the spacing, SV is, you will get it as around 900 mm you are getting. So second case, it should not be greater, but this value should not be greater than, the spacing should not be greater than 4 times BW. So 4 times BW is 4 into 100, 400 mm. Therefore provide 2-legged 8 mm stirrups at spacing 400 mm center to center, or even you can limit it to 0.75 dt also, but no problem. With this you can take spacing of 400 mm. So provide 2 lakh 8 mm diameter strips at spacing 400 mm center to center. So this is the design for the problem. So this is how you can calculate the shear reinforcement for any given section. So this ends the problem on the shear reinforcement. So the complete shear strength of PSC beams ends with this. The complete module of shear strength of PSC beam will end with this video, with a total 3 videos in this module. Thank you.